so easy every day. Living in Lubbock, the one and only LBK. We got rock and roll, we got the blues, two-stepping in the honky tonks and our cowboy boots. Through the dust in review mirror you can see our rhythm and roots. Rhythm and Welcome to another episode of LBK Rhythm and Roots Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Robertson. Today we're downtown in the city studio in Citizens Tower, and you can find these episodes of Rhythm and Roots on the City of Lubbock's YouTube channel. If you'll click on the Rhythm and Roots playlist, all the episodes from Season 1 are archived, along with Season 2 that's fixing to release. And today I'm in the studio with a bunch of local West Texas boys, Marco's crew. Hey, guys.
What's up?
What up?
How y'all doing?
Cool.
Good.
I'm glad y'all are here, man. Let's just start and introduce yourself. Let's go down the line. Just tell us a little bit about what your role is in the band, and we'll just go down the line here.
All right. I'm Yarian. I'm the drummer. I also sing in the group as well, and then I run a little bit of the sound, so it's pretty fun playing with these guys over here. Some aliens and geniuses over here.
I'm Aaron. I play the keyboards, and I sing a little bit. A little bit of background harmonies. My job is to play chords. I like doing that.
I'm Chris. I sing, and I play trumpet too. My job is to sing and play trumpet.
I'm Alex, and I play the bass.
You haven't really thought of another role? Yeah, there was not another role?
What's your job?
That's it.
Yeah.
He sings too.
Resident bass player.
I'm Brian McRae, and I'm the guitar player in this group, and I provide refreshments.
That is true. Sometimes we get thirsty.
He's also a great singer as well.
Also true.
Oh, yeah.
I don't set up my mic very often, though, but sometimes I'll grab Alex's mic and sing, only if it's classic rock, because these kids, they do the young, relevant stuff, and I do the old stuff when we get requests for that, so...
Well, and I've seen you guys play. You're all tremendous talent, not only on your instrument, but vocally as well. Really. I mean, you guys are a true talent. So what would you describe your sound to the viewers and listeners out here? Because it's not country. It's not rock. It's not completely funk or soul. What do you guys think it is?
I would say it's a mixture of everything, pretty much. We have our own, unique sound. Especially, like, we don't play songs the, original way. We add our little flavor to it and try to get the crowd's attention, and we just have fun doing it at the same time.
Yeah, it's not really, I wouldn't say we have a specific sound. We just like to play what's good. Because sometimes we'll play, like, country, and other times we'll play D'Angelo, but... Either way, we'll just make it sound like,
we pretty much mix it all together.
Yeah.
I think it's like what you'd really want out of a band, Feels like you're talking to somebody who actually listens back, and like we'll play the room. Like it feels like that's been my favorite part on it. I'm like one of the last additions to this band, so it's just been noticing crazy things that are possible because it's this band. So like now I'm finally able to like tap in. Me and Brian will wig out and try to like see what's going on with the crowd and like how they're like reacting and what's going on, and that's kind of what drives the set list sometimes because we don't really try to think about it too much in advance, just so it can be honest, I guess.
Yeah, as far as the sound, like everybody's so capable in the band. This is one of the most capable bands I've ever played in as far as all the moving parts of it, and everybody listens as much as they lead. and that's a real fun aspect of the band. So when you have that, you know, it finds its own way. It's a negotiation, and nobody's opinion is any more relevant than anybody else's opinion in that moment. Musically, it's refreshing because generally you try to play with people in bands, and you have to conquer all of those psychological issues of in the moment to learn to play well together. But that's definitely not the case with this group of people. I mean, if I play a note in a solo that's outside of the scale, let's say, that note almost immediately gets included in Aaron's chord because he hears exactly what I'm playing and is sympathetic to me in that moment. You know what I mean? It's just a real fun group as far as the sound goes. It's determined by all of us in any given moment, not by any one part, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's even more pleasing to listen to.
Oh, thanks, man. It's
I've
super
enjoyed
fun.
every time I've gotten to come see you guys. And I think the part of it, and you do have a sound, whether you put a label on it or not, which I think is cool. You guys do have a unique Marco's Crew
What would you
sound.
think? Tell me what you think of the sound is.
I can't really explain it. That's why I asked,
It's
because
just
I haven't
kinda
been
hard.
able to put, but you can definitely, when you walk in a room and you hear you guys playing, you know it's you.
I mean, for me, like I would say, I definitely hear blues and rock elements
do too.
from me.
Yeah.
I hear lots of gospel elements from Yarian.
Mm-hmm.
These two guys, you hear lots of jazz inflection in their playing. He's got dense harmonies in his chords and wonderful soloist too, you know. And he plays trumpet and grew up in music programs, so he speaks that language. And
Yeah.
I would say Chris's talent is articulation and sound and just real thoughtfulness with his phraseology. He's a great vocalist, and so
Absolutely.
I've always been the opinion that the best vocalists are musicians. You know, if you look at it through history, you know, and Chris plays on that level and sings on that level too. You know.
Well, what I love is you can go from funk or Steely Dan right into George Jones. And that's what impressed me about you, dude. I mean, really. I mean, the vocal phrasing and
Yeah, and he's
intentional
he's
about
not
it.
approximating it. You
No,
can tell
man.
he really likes George Jones. It's not some joke,
No, it's really good.
don't you? I'll go over to his house in the middle of the afternoon sometimes if he's up, and George Jones will be on. They love it.
That's good, man. So how did this, let's talk a little bit. Let's start with you, Yarian. Tell us, are you from Lubbock?
Yes, sir. I'm born and raised in Lubbock, but then I moved and went to Fort Worth and went there from second grade to high school. Came back, did Wayland a little bit, then went back to work in Fort Worth. Came back, and I've been back almost 11, 12 years now.
Playing music the whole time?
Yes, sir. Playing music the whole time, from church to, the nighttime, playing classics, jazz, R&B, you name it. Played pretty much everything.
Percussion, is that your main thing?
Yeah, drums are my main thing. I play a little bit of bass and a little bit of keys, but not like these two. So, can't play like Aaron, can't play like Alex, but, I can get you the basics and get you through. But
We
drums
could all
are...
switch instruments, so that's a fact.
That's another thing. Pretty much, yeah. The only thing I cannot play is lead guitar, so I'm never
You're not switching with
Thank
Brian.
you. That's nice. That works out.
Job security, right? How about you, Aaron?
I'm not from Lubbock. I'm from Abilene. I moved to Lubbock after high school for Texas Tech, and then found my way into Schooners. Was where I started.
Your mom was proud of that, wasn't she?
Don't worry about it, Mom.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I'm watching out for it.
Yeah, since then, just been like playing music around town, and I met Chris at Texas Tech, and that was how we started. The two of us started playing together.
Okay, cool. Chris, where are you from, bud?
I'm from Juarez, Mexico.
I could see, I thought maybe Juarez or Chihuahua. I wasn't sure which one.
No, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. And I moved out here for Texas Tech. and I ended up dropping out.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, me and him dropped out together.
Same here.
Suicide pact.
Have you been singing and playing trumpet your whole life?
No, I started singing like 4 years ago, 4 years ago.
You can't tell.
Natural, man.
I was in show choir in high school
All right.
This is like your first band.
for like a semester.
Your first band, right?
Yeah, band.
Hilarious.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard Chris, you need to go hear him. It's pretty phenomenal, really.
Every Thursday night at the Spoon.
That's right.
You should come down and
Every Sunday too.
That's right. Every
Every Sunday, the jam. Yeah.
Then every other Wednesday at Funky Door.
The
Alex,
Funky
what about
Door
you?
on Saturdays, every other Saturday and Wednesday, and the Spoon every Thursday.
Nice.
Plug.
Alex, what about you? Are you from here?
No, I grew up in Odessa, a couple hours south of here. Came here for Texas Tech too, business marketing. Yeah, I finished. That was the plan, was to have that really so I could keep playing music with people who could over here instead of like want to do that in Odessa. There's like, especially back then, there was like really nothing going on over there. It'd be like dead end right there.
You don't seem like a marketeer.
Well, it's all business anyway. I was looking at it wrong for the longest time, but I'm definitely not getting a marketing job for something I can't believe in, you know? That's terrible. But yeah, anyway, the whole point of coming to Lubbock was to keep playing music. I've known that's what I was going to do since I was a little kid. And yeah, now we're here doing it still. And because I came here anyway and stayed here and graduated in 2013 and then met Brian, about 2013, 2014-ish or something. And we started playing together all the time, and we would do a lot of studio production stuff, and he taught me how to engineer and all that so I could help him do his projects and all that. So it's turned into a big old mess of like, I'm just going where the music's at, and usually it's whatever Brian ends up doing, and it's always been an epic adventure, and my life is hilarious because of all the things I've had to learn to keep the adventure to continue and be able to help him release things so he can represent and exist, you know? Like, if you actually, like, search him up and you can actually find a crazy portfolio and stuff and all the fun stuff we got to do while he was teaching me and all that. But that's a whole other thing. I joined this band, like, a year ago or something.
Yeah, about two.
Brian jumped in on that first, and that's how I got into this. So it's just like, you know, I'm just hanging on standby until he needs me and then whatever, because it's dope.
What about you?
I feel like Isaac is a periphery member of the group. He plays with us a lot.
Pretty
Yeah, I've
much.
seen him play with you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
I mean,
addition.
the group has lots of members. You know, there's a music scene here kind of happening right now in Lubbock.
There is.
It hasn't always been the case, but right now times are good. You know,
What about you, Brian? Where are you from? From here, aren't you?
Houston originally, and came to college and dropped out. And I was at Tech under Alan Shen years ago. Played in the big band. I was a drummer, but yeah, ended up on guitar.
You've kind of been all over the world.
Yeah, I've left Lubbock a bunch of times and come back. I've been a loser for 30 years.
A business owner.
Chasing the dream.
Same
You
thing.
know it. Yeah, disappointing people everywhere. So.
So how did this band come together? I guess Chris and Aaron, you guys first met. Is that kind of how it originated? Was between you two guys?
I think that's the band. If you
It
ask
really
me.
is.
Yeah.
These guys are the band, really.
Whatever they do, it's like we're excited. We're like, they did something. Oh my God, let's do it.
We're the rhythm section for them.
We met at Texas Tech, and we dropped out together.
We're like, let's do this.
Yeah, suicide pact.
Let's quit school and join a band or start a band.
Yeah, man.
Business.
Yeah, then we just started playing around town together.
Mama got a gig at Schooners.
So what about set list? Is that a combination of all you guys getting together and somebody throws a song out? Is it kind of a collective decision on that, or how does that work with you guys?
I was gonna say, what's the set list?
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all's catalog that you can play because I
like,
know you've got hundreds of songs you can
Well,
play.
yeah, like I mean, you know, when we do the gigs, it's just like we look at the crowd, then we ask each other, hey, what we want to do. And majority of the time, we'll end up saying, all right, let's start with What's Going On, or Mercy Mercy, or play an instrumental, or even we'll play one of Brian's originals as a start just to get like a sound check. Then he'll go out and then we'll sing something where he'll hear the vocals. He'll tell me what needs to come up, come down, and then we just go from there.
When I joined the band, which was 2 years ago for me now, it took 6 months to grab the meat and potatoes of the song list because the playlist to learn was 7 hours long. Of all the covers that they did.
That's a lot of music.
And they really did them,
Yeah, intricate.
Well, and there's probably, I don't know, still a hefty 25% of that list that there's a few chords on each tune that I probably need to be told about.
But when he starts playing, you can't tell he needed to be told anything.
Hey, if I don't know it, I won't play. I'll just take a drink, or I have a shaker. I play shaker when I don't know things.
Man, when it comes to solos, he'll stop playing, pull that shaker out, and it's like, okay, he literally changed the instruments
You
in
gotta
the middle
know
of
I'm
a song.
for real when you hear me play shaker.
It goes down, man.
I've seen it.
But literally, like, yeah, when it comes to choosing songs, we'll look at each other. Chris will pick one, Brian will throw one out, Aaron will throw one out, and then we just go from there.
Do y'all rehearse quite a bit?
Ooh, that's a good
Not
question.
lately. We've been playing so many gigs.
Yeah,
that we
that's
just-
rehearsal.
That's
it's
pretty
easy
much
to
rehearsal.
get in the let's work mode. But
Yeah.
I was just thinking we should rehearse.
It's
Can we
crazy.
rehearse
It's
tomorrow?
Yes.
cool. It's crazy how we don't rehearse as much, but you can tell, like, when we play, it seems like we have rehearsed a lot.
Well, that's why I asked, because it's very polished.
Man, it's
Yeah,
it's
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 very,
just
very
really, like Brian said earlier, no egos. It's really just good chemistry, and these guys are phenomenal.
And everyone
dude.
practices on their own.
Yeah.
It's like everyone every day is playing their instrument.
Well, I mean, you all play with other people too, other artists and other
Absolutely, yeah.
groups, and
But
so
I was just noticing we've been playing. You know how you fall into sometimes you fall into a rut and you'll start playing, the same 40 songs for a few weeks, just because they're on your mind or whatever. They're easy to call or whatever. But we've been playing, 40 to 60 of the same songs for a year now. But all of a sudden, Pi shows up like with fresh harmony, with new chords and substitutions, and just the comping. Like I was noticing last week, you've been practicing. Like I was like, you're still learning those songs, right?
Every day, man.
The
It's
way he
hilarious to me
played,
because it's like, how could it get any better? But it does,
every time it's like, what was it, Thursday or was it Sunday? He literally played this song called "Get to You Again." He plays it differently every time. So this last time we played it, it was like this certain part we were supposed to come in, and I was like, I can't play because he just made me stop playing with all these different chord changes. He did it again, and I was like, I really don't even want to play the song.
Well,
like,
we don't really have to. It's so good with
yeah,
us.
just let him and Chris finish it. I'll be fine singing background on it the whole time, no drums, just keys and vocals.
are you all songwriters too, or composition writers? Do you all write?
Here and there.
Yeah.
I think even Yari, you have like how many projects did you say you had? You're trying to finish that you're just like a back burner.
Oh, I'm trying to finish 2 projects myself, but other than that, like, we're all in different projects. Like, Brian has his, Alex has his. Alex, didn't you just put one
I
out?
just finished like
Yeah.
all my homework, so now I just get to be normal and
Yeah,
listen to Mexican radio. Just
Insert Alex clip here because he's
Right?
got his own stuff. He just released a rock album, right? That you had just mastered. Maybe y'all guys can play one of those.
The Kill
Absolutely.
Time
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
it took like 7 years. I wrote way over my head a long time ago, but
I have instrumental stuff that I've been writing, but I release stuff without even telling anybody.
His stuff, his instrumentals are amazing. Just then come to find out they actually have words to them, and we haven't heard them yet. It's like, you sure? Because these instrumentals be speaking to themselves, and
I feel like that's the problem with most instrumentalists is that you couldn't add words to them, and that's why normal people don't
they're
like
not
it.
listenable.
That's right, man. Now you guys do a little record producing, a little recording too, as well, engineering.
Yeah, he and I put out Jerry Serrano's the record, The Moon. Is that what it's called? That record, yeah. Dalton Domino came through 10 years ago, and he and I worked on that, and with John Taylor, and I'm working on an album right now for Kenny Harris. He's a local songwriter. It's just fantastic writer, man.
I bet that's going to be good.
So good. And I've quit kind of working for money in the studio just because it was so laughable to begin with, that after years of having to just create horrible tracks for people with handsfuls of money, because those are the people you generally get in a local or regional studio, right? So now I try to only help like qualified musicians and songwriters, and all of those people are poor, right? And don't really have a way to record their stuff. So it turns out that, you get to really record some great stuff if you go into production with that framework instead of trying to make your living off of it, I just focus on the music and Logan. So if you got a great song, holler at me. I'll record it for free.
You're going to get some phone calls after this airs, man, because everybody thinks their songs are great.
Isn't that a fact?
Yeah.
And
Then
I'm going to have a bunch of mad people at me.
those people usually get sent to me, and then I'll do the customer service and make them shiny for experience's sake.
But every now and then, it's just like good is the exception in anything.
Yeah.
Any subject, great is the exception. So when a great song, it will come in, and when you least expect it to.
From probably the least expected person.
Exactly. That's what's wonderful about it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, number one, where you guys play weekly so we can catch a show. And then let's talk about social media links and where we can find you guys' music.
We play every Thursday at the Spoon from 9:30 to 12:30. Play either every other Friday or every other Saturday at Funky Door every other week,
Okay.
And that'll be either 7 to 10 or 8 to 11, really depending on the weather or anything like that. And then we play the Spoon 9 to 1 for open jam.
And some of us are working brunches on top of that. So it's like, sometimes we end up holding the guitar for
Hours.
9 hours a day.
I like
busy.
just hanging out like
No
this.
wonder y'all are so good.
Well, we should quit if we're not.
All right, so if anybody wants to book you guys for a private gig or for a venue, where can they reach you guys at? You have a website?
Yes. Would you like to plug the
Yeah,
website?
marcoscrew.com.
Is that with an apostrophe?
Absolutely not.
No apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
And is there an email link on there to get a hold of you guys or a phone number?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
The calendar's even on there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's got our Google Calendar link so you can see when our dates are and the times up to like the end of the year.
And if anybody needs a website, Chris is a web designer. He does them for free as well.
Free.
But if you're on Facebook, we live stream there on Yarian's page a lot too, or you could reach out to any individual one of us. Everybody knows us in the community here. So
That's how I listen to y'all is on Thursdays because I'm old and I got to get up early and go to work. So I click on his Facebook and catch a little bit of the show on
we're
on
trying to
Thursdays.
spruce that up a little bit. We're thinking about maybe adding a camera to that feed and
That'd be cool.
develop an audience that way.
Yeah. Try to get a few different camera angles out there, along with the audio, so you can clearly hear everybody's instrument, vocals, and
We can document our mistakes forever.
Yeah. Try to make it better for the next show.
That's right. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys coming in today.
you, man.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time.
Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it. You all are great talents. I'm very, very jealous. I'll never be as good as any of you guys, but I'm going to keep trying.
You probably have a lot more money than us. So.
I doubt that, man. All right, check out Marco's Crew. They're at the Spoon every Thursday, every other Friday at Funky
Funky Door.
Door, every Sunday at the Spoon for the Jam, and then every other week, Friday or Saturday, at the Funky Door O-Bar date. So just get on their website, check out their calendar, reach out to these guys. I promise you'll want to book them for your next event. They're probably, in my opinion, the best band in town as a
Appreciate
collective.
you saying that.
My
Thank you.
favorite anyway.
Thank you for saying that.
Yep. All right. Well, you guys check out the rest of our episodes on the City of Lubbock's YouTube channel. Episode 1 is archived on there. Click on the Rhythm and Roots playlist. And we've got a lot of good things coming for you for Season 2. Appreciate you guys being with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.